What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the 6th Round Podcast, episode 39. Let's fucking go. We got some motherfucking fights to talk about. And boy, do we. UFC 293 in the fucking books.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
I'm still just not even able to fully process this shit.
I know, because going into this, it seems like such a non-pay-per-view with the lack of importance behind the majority of these fights. I know title fights, obviously always important, but come on. All of us thought that Izzy was just going to go out there, knock Sean out. It really wasn't going to be much because this fight wasn't even supposed to be the fight, you know? And boy, was everybody wrong.
Yeah, because to your point, obviously the original plans was Dricus gonna fight Robert Whittaker. He beats him, secures himself as the number one contender, which it's like, with how the title picture was him beating Brunson, you could have given him the title shot. No one really would have been too mad.
But the way he beat the shit out of Whittaker, it's like he obviously
it was undeniable.
He was like undeniable number one. You had to give it to him.
Exactly.
Pulls out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he never even signed the fight because
he never signed because he wasn't going to be ready.
Pulls out of the talks of it. Okay.
Yeah, but
it was 2 months. Like, it's just like it was an insane turnaround for either fighter. If Whittaker or Duplessis won, like, if Whittaker had won, he would not have been able to make that fight date either. Like, it's just insane that they were even planning on doing it that way.
Yeah, like it really didn't make sense for them to do that. It was like they were just like ready to just fuck themselves over with the results of that. But so with that, Dricus not available. UFC, they're like, let's get Cannonier up in here for Izzy Cannonier too. And Izzy's like, no, I want Sean Strickland. Give me that motherfucker. And apparently, somehow Izzy bit off more than he could chew on that one. He called his own shots against Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier, Whittaker. Like, he literally was calling his shot in all of these fights.
Yeah.
And Strickland is the one. I mean, had the loss to Jan Blachowicz up a weight class, lost to Pereira, but got it back. And oh man.
Well, and even then with Pereira, we knew that was a dangerous fight because he lost to him twice before in kickboxing. Like, that was we knew how much.
It was just even that made it an even greater win for him to get back with being between kickboxing and MMA down 3.
Yeah.
No.
But,
yeah, that's what
and
I'm saying.
It being Sean, the one who just walking him down, controlling the fight, easily won 4 of those rounds, just touching him up, dropped him in the first round, followed it up with a few good shots. After, when that fight was over and they called the decision, it was Izzy wearing the damage, Sean just looking like Sean.
Yeah. No, he did not, the only, redness he had on was on his legs from the leg kicks. That was
won that championship fight with a jab and a 2.
He won it with a 1-2 Philly shell. How the fuck do you win an MMA title with a 1-2 Philly shell?
And some front kicks. He had a lot of front kicks.
He had a lot of teeps. Yeah.
Because that's it. Obviously 1-2 is just be
But I know keeping him at
a front kick to the body, 1-2s, and very sloppy hooks. Those are the strikes that he completely outclassed Israel Adesanya with in an MMA contest over 25 minutes. That is crazy. What?
He just out-basiced him throughout the whole thing.
Keep it simple,
was all the basics. Yeah, it was simple. Yeah, no, that, and that's Strickland's style to a T. It's in terms of his offense, it's stupid simple. His defense is really good because it's a Philly shell, and that just doesn't work in MMA. But he makes it fucking work.
And honestly, because it's when I first started watching him fight, it was such a funny thing because it's every time people, because obviously like you said, he sits in that Philly shell, whatever, but then people start throwing punches and kicks at him or whatever, and it's when you first at least for me, when I first started watching him fight, it just looks like he's just kind of throwing his arms out just flailing his arms, just oh shit, something's coming at me, and just kind of posting them out. But he just does that so well against everything. Like all of the same fucking right hand that Izzy knocked out Pereira with. Like he was just leaning back, arm out, like just blocking it right over the top so consistently. Like every time Izzy came around with fucking like left high kicks, question mark kicks, whatever, just always getting the arm out, like up, like it. Izzy just could not land on that man to the head at all. It's just that's obviously where Sean is good.
And barely to the body as well.
Yeah. And it's like obviously that's where his like defense, you know, it like relies around like guarding, blocking the head, whatever, and like that's where people try and headhunt him, and that's where they fail. But like for fucking the sniper Izzy with 80 kickboxing fights, 5-0 in boxing, and fucking 24-3 MMA record now, like 24-2 going into it, like nothing for him. That was beautiful.
No, it was.
Oh my god,
that was insane.
Dropping him at the end of round 1, like
oh my god, he dropped him like fucking. You know what that shot reminded me of? It reminded me of the 5th round with Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. Just all of a sudden, just that two just going straight down, down the middle, and just as he's throwing a hook, and it just lands perfectly, drops him.
Nate with the better chin, though, not going down. Leon with the better chin, though, not going down.
Yeah. Well, they were different strikes. Like, he was already through his whole motion, whereas Izzy was in mid-motion getting clipped with it on the, just straight up on the chin.
Yeah.
It was so good. I was so happy for him. Just, he had to have known that he won that, but waiting for that decision, just crushing the monster can in his hand, just waiting on it.
I mean, because as soon as the fight ended, like he just like you saw the emotion in his face, like in his like Eric Nixick, his coach too, like just hugging each other, lifting him up, like
because that's what I'm saying. Like they had to have known. Like he dropped him, he was controlling the fight, he was landing on him, and he didn't get finished. Like the fact, like what I mean. He even said that he was doubting himself, and it's like with him getting knocked out by Pereira, knowing that Pereira knocked out Izzy, and Izzy's knocked him out, and just like it, you know what I mean? Like just knowing what he was up against. Like he even said that he doubted himself. So I'm sure that just making it through the 5 rounds and just knowing that like he did well, like still the nervousness of it's still going to a decision. So like it's always in the judge's hands at that point. But like they had to have known.
Because I know like Strickland said that like he's beaten like a lot of his training partners, and like I know like he trained with Marvin a bit, like beat him easily. I'm pretty sure Brad Tavares trains at it. Extreme Couture, like he beat him easily on the way up, like, and train, like you said, training with Alex, and like just him losing to Alex and Izzy beating him like in the rematch, like that was just an amazing performance from Sean Strickland. No one in the world expected him to be able to do Izzy like that. But with that, boy, does that change the title picture in so many ways. Like all the talks, Poatan moving up now to 205, gonna be fighting Yuri for the vacant title. Like, if Poatan won, Izzy possibly moving up. The fucking thoughts of Izzy fighting Dricus in Africa. Like, there are just so many fucking things that are just all down the toilet now.
Yep. And I kind of hate Dana White saying that he likes the idea of a rematch, because it's like Izzy lost the belt, got it back, and just lost it again. Like, he got his instant rematch from his reign. Lost it on the first title defense to getting it back. It's like, come on, it needs to be Strickland versus Dricus. Like,
that
I agree.
100%.
Like, I don't like it. It's just like trying to figure out where we go from here with matchmaking in just totality, not for the title. Like we have the title picture. It's
it is hard for someone like Izzy who has fought so many people within the rankings.
Literally everyone except like anyone who's like realistically you'd be putting Izzy up against, besides for like all the way down to Paulo Costa. He's beat all of them. The only one he hasn't fought is like Roman Dolidze, Jack Hermanson, and that's all the way down to 7 and 9.
Yeah,
and neither of them deserve.
Tied at 7 too, so you know what I mean. Yeah. So like from from 2 to 7, other than Strickland losing, like he's beaten everyone and most of them multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So like we were talking about it, I'm like, you were saying like potentially doing Whitaker Izzy 3, then also like I was bringing up Jared versus Izzy 2, just because like Jared's not going to take another fight unless it gets a title shot. He's already fought, and he could potentially fight Whittaker, but that just Whittaker's coming off a loss, and I think Jared fighting Izzy makes more sense right now because he was the backup for this fight. Their timelines match up. You can easily do that fight. And
if it is Whittaker, anyone in the top 5, I do agree because, like I said, I think that Drakus deserves that title shot, and with him already fighting everybody, it's Jared only the one time, Jared put on a great performance. Izzy losing the belt, so it's an easy. If Jared did win that's an easy win to be the next contender, and if Izzy wins, it's just a good win on his belt to go for another run.
No, exactly, and Jared Cannonier versus Sean, and then if Strickland were to beat Drakus, Jared were to beat Izzy, it would be a rematch between those two from a fight where what?
It's
well, at that point, Khamzat's coming in. The thing is, we have so many moving parts right now. We have no idea what's going to be going on anyway. So, that's why I'm saying, that's a potential fight.
Yeah, because even saying that, Drakus should be the next one, it's bro, if Khamzat comes in and just fucking smokes Paulo Costa it's nothing, we could easily end up with Strickland Khamzat for the title.
That's true. I guess that's, looking at his name in the rankings, I totally forgot about that.
No, I know, and it's just, one of those things where it's just, I get that. I 100% get that. And it's just, one of those things, though, where it's just, then what the fuck do you do with Cannonier? Because, honestly, that if you were to beat Izzy, it's bro, how do you not say he's ready for a title shot? Because it would be a win over Strickland, which I know we all think Strickland probably won that fight or should have won that fight.
Yeah.
Vettori and then Izzy. That's a hard run to be he beat the person who's currently the champion, the person who was champion, and Vettori a multiple-time, not multiple-time title challenger, but a former title challenger.
Yeah, consistent
it's hard to...
No, for sure.
Exactly. So it's just
because I was thinking too that if let's say Khamzat does get the title shot, I wouldn't even be too surprised if we ended up seeing Drakus versus Jared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could also just. But yeah, we'll have to see. It's really the Khamzat Paulo fight that's throwing shit off right now. We just have to see how that plays out and where the UFC wants to go from there.
Well, no, and that's kind of the thing as well, though. It's just everyone's kind of fucked up because Whittaker has fought most of the people in the top 5. Fucking Vettori has fought most of the people in the top 5. Costa's the only one who has not fought that many people in the top 10.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's why we got some fights lined up. We'll see how that plays out. And
yeah, exactly.
And within a month or so, we'll definitely get a bit more clarity to the middleweight division and kind of where it's heading, where guys are going, who's going up, who's going down.
No, yeah, exactly.
But moving on to another fight where we're finding out who's going up, who's going down. No shoeys tonight in Australia. No. It was very sad.
It was very sad.
Tai Tuivasa gets submitted by Alexander Volkov in the second round. Channels his fucking inner old man Olenek for that motherfucking Ezekiel choke. Does it better though, because instead of being on bottom mount, he hit it from top mount, so being a little bit more effective with that. But that was just beautiful from Volkov, honestly. The kicks to the body, the fucking 1-2s up top, just all the shit that Volkov for, and you know what I mean.
Getting his hooks around the guard of Tai as well. He was doing that a lot as well. Mm-hmm. So
Tai just always trying to make it a scrap going in there, throwing big bombs, but it is hard to do that against a guy who is much taller,
5 inches taller, 5 inches longer,
and a much more technical striker.
I was about to say, and a much more technical kickboxer. In terms of heavyweights, he's one of the more technical kickboxers.
Yeah, for sure. The only person out of his losses, in the UFC that outclassed him on the feet, it was Cyril Gane.
Was Gane.
Because he got taken down and sewed by Tom Aspinall. He got taken down and lost to UD overall by Curtis Blades. And then he got last fucking second, basically knockout by Derek Lewis.
Yeah, and he was winning that fight the whole time. It was going to be a 30-27 until he got drop with an overhand right.
The last round.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was a Hail Mary overhand right. And he just happened to be throwing a kick at the same time that Lewis threw the overhand right. Like, it
got wins over guys like fucking Roy Nelson, Stefan Struve, Fabricio Verdum, Walt Harris, Alistair Overeem, Jairzinho, now tied to Ivasa. Like, 11-4 in the UFC overall, has just been a consistent top contender. 3-fight winning streak now after his loss to Tom Aspinall, all 3 by finishes. This is the first one to go out of the first round. You gotta give him just like another chance at the top of that division. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
definitely. No, because I mean, Ty was ranked number 6, and then it's like above him was Curtis and Tom, who he's lost to. Stipe is fighting Cyril, who he's you know what I mean? It's just like the few people that he's lost to. So it's like, give him another shot.
Do you think with like the top of the division being so logjam right now, with just waiting on Jones Stipe, not really knowing what they're gonna, because now they have Cyril Gane and Sergey tied at number 1, which is just funny.
I didn't even notice that earlier, but
so like with Cyril, Sergey, and Tom just all like fighting for their shot at the title, do you think Volkov could possibly end up with like the winner of Jai Alton and Curtis Blades, as like they're trying to figure that out?
Yeah, maybe.
It's entirely possible.
I just feel like that's the most likely thing, because Tom, Sergey, and Cyril all deserve to fight up. You know what I mean? Stipe, win or lose, is probably going to retire, and then it's like, then you have Curtis Blades, who's fighting Jai Alton.
No, exactly, and that's kind of the weird part. Like that's the other thing with heavyweight right now, is just so logjam, because it just fucked up at the moment. And it's just like, and if thing is, if Stipe win or lose, we don't know if he's retiring. Jones, if he wins, is basically retired, because he said he doesn't want to fight Cyril or Sergey. There's nothing there for him. It's just like,
do you think Tom. He sits on the title and like hopes for, I don't know, like
who?
The winner of fucking like Poatan Yuri moving up or something like that for a double champ stat, like.
But that is so far-fetched. Like, was Poatan even talking about doing some shit like that? Jan, you know what I mean? It's like, and even so, like him talking about like, oh, like the money fights, it's like, if anything, Jan would be the name, because it's like
Yuri and Poatan.
Yuri, my bad. So even that, would he even want to fight Yuri or fucking Poatan? Talking about he don't want to fight Sergey, he don't want to fight Tom, like.
I mean, they're. Like, he would probably be looking at it as they're a smaller guy moving up, like, like he did, but he's had more time to build into that, so he's going to be the bigger guy. And I feel like fighting a sitting champion a weight class down is a much, like, in his head, is going to be bigger fight on pay-per-view, whatever, than fighting Sergey or Tom Aspinall. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's literally it, but it's just like that. That's why I'm like, he's probably just gonna fucking retire after the Stipe fight.
I hope. Like, that's just best case scenario. Like, if he's not, like he said, he's not gonna fight these up and coming guys, so he might as well just retire. Like,
there's no point.
If he does decide to sit there, like just sit on champ and whatever, I'm sure they'll just put up an inner room, and then that's who we can really talk about and consider the real champ, because they'll actually be the one to fight and defend. Like,
and at that point, it's gonna probably be Sergey, Tom for interim.
You said Cyril?
I said Sergey and Tom.
Oh, Sergey.
Because it could be Sergey and Cyril. Like, I could see that. It just 100% Sergey is part of the picture. Like, he is part of an interim title or a vacant title fight.
I just feel like if they got Cyril and Sergey tied at number 1, them's gonna be the guys that the UFC is gonna put in. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. And as much as I'd rather just it be Sergey and Tom, but
I
agree.
It's just like,
it's definitely a fucked up title picture for sure, and it's just gonna suck that he got through the bad heavyweight grappler and Alexander Romanov, you know what I mean? But like. It's just, if he does end up with the winner of fucking Jai Alton Curtis, he's going to have to go through another just top-tier heavyweight grappler to find himself in, the title picture. Because it's like, even with that, he's going to have to end up fighting like a fucking loser coming off a title fight and like Cyril in a rematch, Tom in a rematch, or like Sergey or something, you know what I mean? Like before he gets his own title shot. So,
it's either person who out technical you, person who submitted you, or person who is probably the at the moment hardest hitting heavyweight that in the UFC's heavyweight division. Like,
you're
stylistically, you don't have a lot of good fights for you if you win against Curtis, the winner of Curtis and Jai Alton.
It was a great win for him, but to get to a title fight, he's definitely got a lot of work ahead of him.
But that's the kind of thing. Even if Ty won, it's the same thing.
Oh, for sure. 100%, but...
So it's just like...
But yeah, good shit for Volkov. And Ty, he should probably just... I mean, it wasn't like he took the most damage in comparison to a lot of his other fights, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe fucking... I don't even know who Ty would fight right now, honestly. We can figure that out another time. Well, let's go. Yeah. Good shit. That was a good fight, though. A lot of fun, as long as it lasted. Going into great fight. This was not the fight I expected.
I was going to say just another fight. Didn't expect it to go this way, because goddamn is Felipe Dos Santos tough as hell.
Tough as fuck.
He's going to be real good at 125.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Like, to fucking bring Manel Kape into like as much of a war as
I'm sorry to cut you off, because I didn't even realize that he was only 22 years old too.
Super young.
Did not catch the tail of the tape. Didn't realize that.
Leading into it,
he's gonna do some good things in the future, like 100%.
Because 22 years old, came into this undefeated with 7 wins, and to go toe to toe with Manel Kape like that over 15 minutes, like dude has the fucking dog in him for sure, and he's just, bro, those fucking consistent front kicks to the body were so nice on Manel Kape. Like, he just a lot of good leg kicks, just the fucking the rear hand catching them so consistently. I was hoping that maybe the judges might just gift it to him. I was hoping, praying.
But that wasn't gonna happen.
No,
but it's like, just fucking Manel Kape, 18-6 going into this, like you said, dude, 7-0 going into this. Like, it was just a great performance from him.
Yeah,
like I said, 22 years old. Like
Manel, 29, like incoming into his prime. You know what I mean? Like,
and he was
champ.
That's what I was gonna say. Former Ryzen champ, came into the UFC. He's now 4-2 in the UFC. Like a ranked opponent, just another guy coming in on his debut, kind of short notice, and just doing great. He might have lost, but it was quite the fucking performance.
These fucking flyweight dudes coming in on short notice against top 15 guys, in the performances that they're putting on is
one
crazy.
Of the
and you said this is the one that got fight of the night, right?
Yes, this got fight of the night.
Got the bonus then, so
beautiful.
Yeah,
Strickland
that's awesome.
and Tafa got performance bonuses.
Strickland got a performance?
Yes.
That's awesome to see, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I mean, yes and no. Honestly, another thing about it, because it's probably someone else on, like, more down the card that's not making as much money probably should have gotten that, honestly. But,
well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I know we could talk about it later, but the Lenny Canonas and Nasrat, that was a good fight, but,
Yeah.
They like to give it out to the main card, especially on pay-per-views.
For sure.
Well, I mean, and, like, this was, like, probably the best fight on the card. Like, so, like, in terms of the fight of the night, I don't think anyone...
Oh, no, I didn't mean for Manel and Felipe. I meant for Sean specifically.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But to be fair, no one's ever done that to Izzy either. So it's one of those things where I get what you're saying. It's just like,
definitely not
matter. That's a hard decision to make, you know?
It was just going to Jimmy's point of down the line, because I remember watching that fight when it was going on. Like, this is great, and,
No, yeah.
But anyway.
But this makes me really rethink that Manel Kape, Kai Kara France fight and how that matchup goes, because Kai's good.
Yeah.
Kai's fucking good, and he's got some power.
And it's just kind of the thing of, like, that Manel he'll just stand there for too long, just not, like, he'll just give way too much time and space to his opponents, and it's like, if he just worked a little bit more, like he has the skills and the technique to like to beat anyone, but he just I don't know, he just doesn't work enough, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I got to bring it up because that post fight, like Manel was cooking. He was cooking. It was so fun up until he did too much. Because how on a Sean Strickland fight card for a pay-per-view headliner, we got two people dropping the F slur, and neither of them were Sean. But Manel, because up until that, where DC just immediately just turned around and walked away, he was letting him cook because it was fun, just calling out Kai, talking all this shit, and then and then the pot boiled over. But they need to make that matchup. It needs to happen.
No, there's too much heat to not make that matchup.
Yeah, he said he wants to do it in his fucking home territory. Like, there's rumors
he said,
of,
if you don't take this fight, I will come to your hometown.
I will come to your gym. I will spar you. That's when he messed up, because then he's like, and no one will do nothing because your teammates are, and then that's when.
Yeah, and then that's when. Did too much.
Did a little too much.
But yeah, because I know for I'm pretty sure early next year there's rumors of there being a card there. I'm going back to New Zealand, so they can get that cooking on that for sure. That's where you gotta do it.
The press conference, someone did point out that Dan Hooker admitted he started those rumors with absolutely no basis for them, hoping to make it happen.
Oh, I love that.
That's the most Dan Hooker shit ever. That's so fucking funny.
I mean, he said he was fighting Hopperost, and they called him we never gave you that fight. He's just make it happen. They made it happen, so I don't know. Maybe Dan Hooker just needs to be saying more shit like this. Fighters need to get paid more, and they'll get paid more or some shit. I don't know.
I don't think he got that type of pull, but that's really funny with the Nazra shit.
That's great. Oh man. Well, hopefully they still get that fight done though.
Oh yeah, no, that fight's an amazing fight.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, coming into this, it was not the most stacked pay-per-view card overall at all, with 12 fights. It with Kai pulling out and again Felipe filling in UFC newcomer, we're just all right, that was where the fight card started to fall off in name value and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the second fight on the pay-per-view, we were getting a rematch between Justin Tafa and Austin Lane, who Austin made his UFC debut last time out against him.
And poked the shit out of Justin Tafa's eye.
Yep.
It was
really bad.
Good old contest. No. Ended, what was it? It
was 29 seconds in. I was going to say, I know
it was not that long in. There basically nothing had happened.
And how great of him in about 20 seconds again of this fight, in a single combo, boom, kick to the nuts, boom, thumb in the eye. It was beautiful. 2 for 1 this time.
Thankfully, neither of them were that bad. You seen Top
Justin was basically
just chilling for a second. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then he came out there
with a vengeance. He's like, nah, I'm not letting you do this again.
Yeah, he got that first round knockout, so let's fucking go.
Just that left hook. He goes down and he's like, nah, I ain't doing the walk off, and throws some fucking vicious ground and pound. God fucking damn, Justin.
That shit was nasty.
He's like, that's Justin, my eye.
Made sure he was finishing this fight.
Yeah, Justin, you're supposed to knock your opponent out, not try to kill them in the middle of the octagon.
Yeah, that. I mean, he's always going in there looking to fucking take someone's head off. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Until the ref says stop, that dude's putting your lights out. Yeah. But great win for Justin Tafa. Another first round knockout to get back on the winning track. Is I don't know who the fuck I was thinking of.
Junior?
He was on a little Junior. Yeah, I was thinking of Junior. He lost to Muhammad.
And then he won to against Parker.
Yeah. But not yet. But so yeah, he's on won 3 of his last 4 fights with the one no contest.
Yeah.
4 fight unbeaten streak,
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, he's
still fighting.
He's on a 3-fight win streak.
He's fighting at the bottom. He's still like fighting the lower tier of the heavyweight division at the moment. Like he's gonna need.
I mean, his last two losses were to Jared Vanderaa and Carlos Felipe, who I believe both of them are out of the UFC. Jared might still be.
They are.
Yep.
What do you mean? Jared moved down to 205, got knocked out.
Sure. Yeah.
On the regional scene at 205.
Yep. Also has a loss to fucking Jorgen De Castro, who's been out of the UFC too. So, he's a 4-3, 1-no contest in the UFC now. He's definitely got to work his way up. He's still only 29 years old, which is young as shit at heavyweight, so he's got plenty of time. But
exactly. Like
we'll see what the top bros can do.
What? Yeah. He's gonna fight. I feel like he's probably gonna fight one of the guys who just got Contender Series contracts from heavyweight.
Oh, that fucking terrible guy that shouldn't have got one. Oh, probably. I mean, fuck it. Let's see him just knock people out.
If
you get knocked out by Tafa, just cut him from the UFC right away. You know what I mean? Like that's just a good litmus test of where he's at right now.
But with Tafa, like I feel like if you like really like give him some just fights and he just can keep winning, like you can build him into like that Mark Hunt type of knockout machine and just see how high he can actually go. And just like he's still like in terms of like his actual MMA career, he's still young as shit, and it's only 10 fights in. 11.
No, right.
I forgot the no contest.
Yeah. You're right. 10 fights, basically.
It
made the walk 11.
10 fights.
You can give him that. But good performance, though, for Tafa. He definitely did what he was supposed to do. And moving into another fight where another guy did what he was motherfucking supposed to do. Because there ain't no way in the world that you can let a guy come into your home country and he says that he's gonna make you taste the pleasure. And if that dude knocked you out on fucking live on pay-per-view after saying that, you got you can't come back from that. You can't.
I was about to say I'm immigrating. Like I'm not. Nope. I'm moving to a different country at that point.
Changing my name, changing my look, cover up some tattoos, get a couple new ones. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's covered up some tattoos.
But
I don't think Tyson Pedro can do that.
But
it's too much ink, man.
First round knockout for Tyson Pedro. Landed a beautiful 1-2, sat him down, hammer fist to follow up, put him unconscious. Good shit for Tyson. That was just that was solid work for him to start off that pay-per-view main card.
Yeah, no, and this was more than likely the last fight for Anton. He won a contract on the Contender Series. He's now 0-3 in the UFC proper. It's over for him, I think.
Yeah, he's only 27 years old, but he should definitely just bounce him out.
He's not on the level.
Yeah, just let him.
And I mean, like his first loss was to Jai Alton, which Jai Alton's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Vitor Petrino and then Tyson Pedro. Like he just isn't on the UFC. Like he's just not UFC level right now.
Yeah, not at all. So good shit for Tyson. We'll see where he goes after that. But that's the pay-per-view main card, and the prelims definitely full of a lot of fun. Whole lot of shit that I was not expecting for sure. First things first, that prelim main event, Carlos Ulberg gets a submission.
Kind of.
Like
he definitely did.
He got it.
But
it was also
weird situation. So Carlos Ulberg.
Catch the tap.
So Carlos Ulberg goes on for 3 rounds, beating up on Jung.
Yeah.
For most of it, ends up on top of Jung. Took the back, had him flattened out, rear naked choke.
Yeah,
her feet is on the other side, and it's just like at a weird angle. Jung taps with 11 seconds left, but Herb couldn't see it.
Because it's he had one arm wrapped in, so the other arm is like up like this, so when he's tapping up by their heads and stuff, like Herb just couldn't see that shit, so it went to the bell. They reviewed the tape, seeing that he actually tapped at 4 minutes 49 seconds. Buffer talking about this fight was called. It wasn't called. You went the full 15.
No,
it went the full 15. Stop this contest, and they're just like, no, he did not.
No, he didn't.
He certainly didn't, but.
But no one expected Oldberg to come in and get a submission. Cause I thought he was going to ground and pound him to either the bell or till Herb Dean jumped in. And then all of a sudden, just like, see, whoosh. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, good shit for Carlos Oldberg, though.
Oh, yeah.
Moves up to 9-1, just obviously rounding out his skill set, just slowly getting better. Just, his one loss early in his UFC run. I think, was his debut?
It was Kennedy and Jessica. It was his UFC debut. Yeah. Third round, got KO TKO'd? Second round.
Yeah, got TKO'd by hooks. But yeah, since then, 5-fight win streak. He's got 1 decision, 4 finishes in there, so...
Yep.
This dude definitely deserves a top 15 opponent next.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, Dustin Jacoby's a really good litmus test, and so is Alonzo Menafield. I'm sorry, true. I don't care that you called out Dominic Reyes. No. Fuck off, leave that man alone.
Yeah. I don't respect the man that calls out Dominic Reyes at this point. It's crazy. No, yeah. You should not be doing that. But
he should have just called out Azamat.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely. I know he pulled out against Vulcan, so we'll have to see where he's at, how long he'll be out for. But any one of those guys other than Dominic Reyes in the bottom half of that top 15, that's definitely good for that.
Him versus Khalil.
No, I want to see Khalil fight Vulcan.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he's on a good streak. He should be fighting up for sure. He shouldn't defend his spot again.
Nah, you're right. I do like that stylistic matchup though.
Nah, yeah, for sure. That's a great kickboxing fight.
I love the idea of the fight, but you are right. He should be fighting up.
Yeah,
he should either be a Volk. Yeah, really, it's only Vulcan. He could fight Ryan Spann, but
yeah, we'll see what they do. Definitely someone that's ranked though.
Yeah.
But another result that I did not expect at all. Motherfucking Chepe.
How can you
it just goes to fucking throw him with the little fucking wizard throw, and Jack Jenkins puts his arm out to post and just brace the fall, and that fucking elbow just popped right up on out of there. Yeah. At first, when he threw him and just not knowing exactly what happened, how he was laying, I thought it was his shoulder or something, and then they showed the replay and you just
see. Honestly, I didn't even peep the way that he was laying, the way that he got tossed. I didn't notice his arm go out, and so when I seen him kind of follow up and he kind of hit the back of his head, and then he was covering it, and then they called it. I thought that they were calling it for that, and I was like, oh wait, what the fuck? And then they showed that. I was like, oh no, that's not what I thought happened at all.
Yeah, that just sucks. It's not just such a freak little thing, and it's I mean, you don't do shit right, you know what I mean? You don't fucking properly fall.
Shit.
It's that's
shit that can
really
happen.
Hurt yourself.
Yeah,
it's fucking Calvin Kattar throwing a flying knee and trying to turn midair and tearing his ACL. Shit just happens.
Yo, it's some other shit that just happened. If you got a real close fight and it goes to a decision and you're the hometown person, you're probably gonna grab that because that's exactly what happened with Jamie Mullarkey and John McDessie.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was no doubt in my mind that John McDessie won that fight 29-28. And when they were like, oh, unanimous decision, I'm just like, okay, yeah. And they said Jamie Mullarkey. Even John McDessie, he was just like, what the fuck? That was not a good one.
I even though I do agree, John McDessie should have won that fight. How many fighters after a fight that they either lost, but it was close, or clearly lost, Vettori, have that reaction?
Yeah, all of Marvin Vettori's losses until his last one to Jared Cannonier.
Nope. Also to Whitaker.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't argue the Whitaker one either.
But yeah. It just, that was some bullshit for sure. The 38-year-old John McDessie should have gotten that win.
Yeah.
But yeah. other than that, I don't know what else on the. I don't know if there's anything else on the prelims that stood out to you guys that you feel like bringing up.
I mean, I brought it up before the Nasrat Haqparast fight with Landon Quinones. He easily got the 30-27 across the board unanimous decision, but it was just a good ass fight.
Yeah, Landon put up such a scrap.
Yeah, the chin on him was crazy.
Chin on him, the leg kicks, having Nasrat go to having to go orthodox, but then Quinones not thinking, oh, that means his left hook his lead hook is now his power hook.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, and because with you saying the chin, but also just like the fucking heart too, because he would just get hit with a bomb, just fall back and just cover up and just be ready to start throwing bombs right back at him. So just the willingness to be in there, like 7-2-1 in his career now, and Nasrat 15-5 with 11 fights in the UFC. Like it's to be able to go toe to toe with him like that in your UFC debut, like that's some good shit for sure.
Yeah.
Ginger, anything else that you feel like bringing up on the prelims?
Kevin Giusette's win over Kiefer Crosby. Oh my god. This dude, took him down, takes the back, and he didn't have the rear naked choke completely in at first. And then, as soon as he actually gets it under the chin, Crosby is almost out immediately.
Yeah.
It was fucking insane how quickly Kiefer went out cold.
Wait. Oh, I thought didn't he just tap?
No, it was Shane Young who went out cold.
Was it Shane Young?
Yes. Yeah, because Kiefer, it was he just tapped right away.
Yeah, he tapped real quick. Yeah, it was Shane, yeah.
Kiefer tapped quick, but yeah.
Gabriel. But either way, we started off the night with 2 fucking rear naked chokes in the first round.
Yep. Yeah, Gabriel real quick within the first minute, 59 seconds.
Yeah.
And I know you were mixing it up a little bit, but to your point though, it was quick because Gabriel wrapped it up. He had it in there, and ref came check Shane, and he's like, "Oh nah, he's fucking out."
He's out, and you could just, oh my god, the way his eyes flopped over, and it's just like, oh wow, he was out. Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
It was it would choke you, get it on tight and right, and you got the proper squeeze 3 to 5 seconds, you're unconscious. You know what I mean? So it's it really don't take long.
But yeah, Shane, just another young guy, but probably shouldn't be in the UFC. This fight, he came in, 4 pounds overweight? Yeah, weighing at 149.8, so just missing that 150 mark. 2-5 in the UFC on a 4-fight losing streak.
Oh wow, 2-5?
Yeah. Lost to Volk in his UFC debut, beat Rolando D and Austin Arnett, and then lost to Ludovic Klein, Omar Morales, Blake Builder, and Gabriel Miranda now.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, Volk missed weight in that fight.
Huh.
Of course, so did Shane Young. They both weighed in overweight, so I wonder if it got changed to a catch weight. But I wonder who missed first, because it was 149.
Above contract limit.
It said Young missed weight in the Volk fight.
Yeah, well, he weighed in at 149. Volk weighed in at 149. Shane Young weighed 147. That's why I'm like, who actually missed weight?
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But either way, to your point, he shouldn't be in the UFC. He should just get cut.
No, not with a 4-fight losing streak.
Can only ride off of a big gym name for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap up UFC 293, and just another card where coming into it seems like just we're just getting through another weekend fight. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
what
ass
fun!
Card.
Yeah, so much fun by the end of it, and that's gonna bring us into motherfucking Tapology.
Another win again.
Yep, another good night for Kate. What is that? You counted 5 weeks in a row of you winning?
5 weeks in a row.
Had the 1 week where I got the tie with you, but just this was a terrible fucking
building
week
up
for me.
My streak again.
15 points.
I mean, it started. I feel like it started out rougher because me ending up I was only about 60 points behind you, so not too far. 70 points behind Kate.
No, yeah. It It definitely started out a little bit more rough for you because you were on the bottom for a little bit.
Yeah, because Jimmy went Shane Young.
Yeah, I thought he might get the upset.
He went Young.
I thought he might get the upset. You know,
and then the Jenkins loss as well.
I thought he might get the upset. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But not yet. You guys did good.
Yeah, no, I was only 15 points off. This is what I get for having my friend pick one of my fights. But, you know.
Boo. Terrible excuse. Boo. Bullshit.
No, I legitimately, asked my friend, all right, who's going to win? Tyson Pedro or the Pleasure Man? And they said to go with the Pleasure Man.
Well, that was fucking stupid. If you had better friends, they would have told you to never pick the Pleasure Man.
Yep.
But yeah. On to another thing that I'm winning in.
God damn it.
The draft. It's been a little bit since we talked about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really that first spot pick is showing real nice for you. 11-6 overall for Kape now.
I would still like to say that respectfully, there's a few people that I know for sure you guys wouldn't have picked. No one was picking Manon, who got that win for me. I don't know if you guys would have picked Sean Strickland.
At 7, I might have, because there was not a lot of good 7 picks.
It's also just hard too because at the time just the matchups going into it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's I don't remember exactly where who everyone was matched up with and shit going in, but
well, I know Sean had just come off 2 fights.
That would have been just
Jared Cannonier and
beating
Nasruddin. So,
but I mean,
to be fair, those are the only 2 that I think we wouldn't have picked. I mean,
and then the other ones are still obviously toss-ups, but either way, the records.
Yeah. I have improved myself to almost 50-50 at 8 and 9. I've just had some rough ones. Ryan Spann going 0 for 2 for me. Jessica Andrade going 0 for 3. And then Raul with the loss, Arnold Allen with the loss, Piotr, it's been rough this year.
Yeah, I'm at a nice 11-6. Half of those losses are Jessica Andrade. But honestly, just Manon getting that done, fucking Sean Strickland beating Izzy, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Sean Strickland winning made it so I wasn't 9-6.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 8-7. 2 of those losses come from Jalen Turner. One of those should have been a win, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Kape finally got a fight and a win. Sean Brady ain't fighting this year, and that's what's gonna suck. He's also been booked multiple times, but
me and Jimmy were talking about it. We're damn, because now that Hamzat actually has a fight booked, and is Sean gonna be the only person out of all, everybody that doesn't fight?
No, yeah.
He could obviously definitely still get one within the next few months, but will he?
No, yeah.
I doubt it. I just highly doubt it. And I mean, at this point, who is he fighting? It's not a lot of matchups for him. So
he's definitely on the back burner at 170 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, just we'll get a better assortment of pick selections going next time when we restart this. So we'll see how that plays out.
We'll have a full year. We won't start after 2 fight cards or whatever.
Yeah, maybe 3. That is not really a big difference.
That's not true. We both would have had a win with Andrade. I would have had a win with Gilbert. I would have had another win with Sean. I think I would have had a. I feel like there's more people that I would have had one with.
Yeah, there's. But also just
It wouldn't have made a difference for me other than the one win. of
Andrade.
Andrade, yeah.
Didn't Span get a win? Pretty sure he fucked up Reyes on one of the first fight cards of the year.
Oh, probably.
No, in general, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, but I think it's more interesting because then like we don't have any movement from what we were looking at like the previous week or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like we'll actually just be like, it's the end of the year, start of next year. Like we actually are like, all right, these are what it is right now. Who are we taking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit more clear cut.
Clearly, my draft skills have already improved with that other one we got going on. You know what I mean? So I'm very confident going into next year's. Let's fucking go, Jim Bob taking over 2024.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, but other than that though, there ain't no more shit to talk about. It's damn near 12:30 at night, so let's fucking go. I hope everyone enjoyed this. It's been fun. New podcast setup too, and I forgot to even mention that at the start.
Yeah, new apartment.
We're not on the couch. We got chairs. Let's go. But
Ooh.
As always, if you liked it, like and subscribe. Maybe drop a comment. Help out with the little algorithm. You know what I mean? And check out me and Ginger streaming on Twitch as always. Links in the description. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.